I want to know, Ryan, do you think that the Jets should stick with Darnold, or should they try and get another quarterback with their pick?
I think they should stick with Sam Darnold. You don't have to pick up his fifth-year option, but whether it's a new coach, which it should be, I don't believe Adam Gase is going to be the guy coaching next year. I think he should get an opportunity with Sam Darnold. You have to remember, he was the 3rd overall pick. Sam Darnold, other than anybody but Trevor Lawrence in this class, was more highly touted and was more highly thought of than any of these guys. And so to think that you could go get some dude, or whether it's Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, whoever you may think should be the guy picked after Trevor Lawrence, you don't necessarily know that he comes in right away and he's better than Sam Darnold. Maybe somebody else can come in and get the best from him, get him to not turn the ball over, better decision-making, because there are times where you see sparks, where you see some throws and some plays made by Sam Darnold that can't be made by many quarterbacks in the NFL. And if there's anything that we need to point to, we could go back to the Tennessee Titans. We could go back to Ryan Tannehill, a guy who had to accept the job as the backup quarterback with no chance to compete against Marcus Mariota in Tennessee. And now you see what he's become, a dude who, if you look at his stats over like the last 25 starts, is rivaling Patrick Mahomes. And so when you can do some of those things away from Adam Gase, maybe you get the same thing with Sam Darnold, but you don't have to pick up his option. You can pay him for next year. And then if you have to move on, you can make that decision. But in this draft, it looks like Trevor Lawrence and then everybody else. And I am still extremely high on Justin Fields. I've always been since I met him as a 17-year-old. But when you look at what this season has been for him, when you look at kind of the drop-off in his success, in his play, in his decision-making, I don't think you pick another guy and start over with him before trying one more year with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sounds good, but Sam Darnold's had 3 seasons. And I don't know, Josh Allen came on in his 3rd season, which is rare. Like, it's rare that someone shows up in their 3rd season. Normally, by the 2nd season, you kind of know what you got. We've already had 3 seasons with Sam Darnold, and you're right. We keep seeing flashes. That's the problem. We only seeing flashes. So maybe you don't have to trade him, or you could trade him, but I don't think that you pass up an opportunity to draft a guy and find out what you have, because another point that you made is you don't have to pick up the 5th-year option. That's fine, but if you don't pick up the 5th-year option, you are going to have to pay him something. You're going to have to pay him like a starting quarterback if you expect him to be the starting quarterback, and I'm not sure that he is good enough to eat up that amount of your cap if the rest of your team is not ready. So you got to go. You could keep Sam Darnold, see how he turns out this season with a new coach, and maybe try to do the Patrick Mahomes sit-out-a-year situation, or the same thing they're doing up there in Green Bay, and draft a rookie quarterback and let him sit behind a guy. But I think you're ruining, or you're missing an opportunity when you're this high in the draft, and maybe it's the Jets, so they'll be high in the draft again soon. But when you're this high in the draft and you have quarterbacks to be picked up, you kind of have to draft a quarterback. I understand that, and you missed. Like, it's kind of a lottery. You got to keep shooting. You got to keep taking them shots. You're telling them to pass up on another shot to get a franchise quarterback when it's clear that they don't have one there. And the last thing I wanted to say to Rob is, I got the only championship ring that matters. Got to kiss up to my wife because I fell asleep before midnight last night.
Hey, that's good. Hey, I got one too.
Wow.
This one's the rubber one, though. So, but
I got to make up for falling asleep last night at 9:30.
I was saying on Sam Darnold, I think they should keep him. He needs some stability at the coaching position. You know, he don't need a head coach coming around with the crazy eyes, you know, on his first interview.
Wow.
Looking like a crazy guy. But anyway, they need somebody in there, offensive line.
Psych.
Give him some stability. Hey, I'm going to call you Psych Hairline, because your hairline looks good. Psych. But anyway,
I think
keep Darnold. Keep Darnold. Give him another shot. Why not? He's still under contract. RC, I know you heard that one.
Wow.
Hey, listen, Rob, you are welcome anywhere with me. I love you.
Hey, we have now, listen,
y'all don't really know me.
16 weeks
my teammates know me. Y'all would know me if we hung out a little bit, but I'm kind of, you know.
Bro,
I'm
16
I know
weeks,
you well enough. I love you, Rob.
never
You're
acted
welcome.
like this.
Get a little Beijing in
Meek
there.
is totally out of character this morning. He's totally out of character this morning. I don't know if it's Charlie. I don't know if it's Dom. I don't know if it's
2021. You know how they say new year, new me?
Hey, I stayed up last night.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.